Okay, so I have not been able to get anybody on live yet. I emailed the team, but it's kind of a bad time of night to get everyone on all at once. Also a bad time of week because some are actually working and or getting out of work right now. So I thought I'd jump on for at least a couple of minutes until I got a couple of people on and maybe try to talk my way through a little bit about Dig the Falls. Got Kara kind of waiting in the wind right now. She's going to be jumping on in a couple minutes. But basically, Dig the Falls, we're a waterfall group. Hi, Jen. It's nice to see you. We're a waterfall group. We're dedicated to waterfalls, but just because our website has only waterfalls on it right now, it doesn't mean that that's all we are. We actually work on setting up trail systems. Right now, we've got a big project in Troy, working with the city of Troy. We've built about 1.5 miles worth of trails inside the city itself so far, in conjunction with the it's called the Narrows, Cascades, and Heritage Trail. And basically what they do is they're connecting several different preserves, and it's going to create one big trail system throughout the city. There's about 12 waterfalls in all that you can actually see while hiking all of those trails. We have Kara and Donna that are going to be joining us in a couple minutes. I'm just waiting for them to give me a heads up just to make sure that that they're ready to jump onto the stream right here. So as I was mentioning, we actually work on waterfalls, we work on trails, but we also do a lot of cleanups. This last year has actually been very difficult. We haven't really been able to do much because of the social distancing and not being able to push hard on those trails. So the momentum that we had built the couple prior years has actually slowed down quite a bit, and we're a little bit disappointed about that, but we're going to be getting out again very soon. And let's see here. Donna and Kara, give me a thumbs up once you're ready, and then I could pop you guys in here as well. So we are going to have Donna McCabe and Kara part of the show. How does someone volunteer to help out? Thanks, Jen. Actually, it's very simple. We don't, it's like frictionless. Basically, you let us know that you'll be at one of the events, and, we let you kind of jump in and do your thing. We're very easygoing about it all. This year, we're going to start doing kind of the waivers thing just to make it a little more formal. Basically, so if anybody falls and hurts themselves, it drops the liability a little bit, but we want to make sure everyone stays safe on the trails. So, good hiking boots and things like that. We bring gloves with us, bags, tools, everything you're going to need. But the kids, we love having kids. I bring mine. I've got 2 3-year-olds and a 5-year-old right now, and they'll actually join us on the trails sometimes, cleaning up and building the trails. So it's pretty simple. Right now, most of the work that we do is kind of centered around the capital region right now, but we have volunteers throughout the state, and we'd like to actually kind of expand that. And pre-COVID, we were actually working very hard on expanding all of that, and it just didn't work out. So let's see here. So I'm going to add Donna. Donna, you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you great.
Perfect. I think I'm going to add, let's see here, me too. All right. And I'm going to add Kara.
I thought you were going to fix my...
Hi.
So let's see here. There we go.
Hi, Kara.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So what are you guys up to tonight?
We're having a quiet, low-key night, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's very good.
Actually making plans for the weekend.
Oh, yeah. You're going to do some waterfalling?
I don't know waterfalling. I have total of 3 hikes left in the Western New York Hiking Challenge for the winter season. So I want to try and get them done. Maybe 2 of them, and then one last one maybe next weekend.
Excellent.
What do you have left?
I have the bonus one, Holland Ravines, and then I'm going to try and do Boyce Hill and Hunter's Creek on Saturday.
Good.
So, yeah. Never
Very
done
nice
Boyce
ones.
Hill. Yeah, I've never done
me neither.
Boyce Hill. I'm not a huge fan of Hunter's Creek, but
I love it.
It's, I think, because we got lost.
I have too, but it's like a challenge for me. I have to conquer it. So
yeah, it's the first time we're there. We just got lost.
So
yeah.
I haven't been there. Can you explain to me how you actually got lost?
The markings aren't that great. They do have some intersection numbers, but not all of them. And there are a lot of trails there. There's hiking and mountain biking, and it's a great place. But the trails are not well marked.
They intertwine, and like before you know it, if you're not paying attention, you're all of a sudden you're on a different trail.
Yes.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a great location, great terrain. It's beautiful, but it's just very confusing if you're not paying attention to where you're going. But we just kind of like, I know I have to head this way, so I'll just keep going. But it gets used a lot, and in the spring it gets very wet. So, like slogging through mud and gook. But it's a beautiful place. It's in Erie County Park. So it's kind of like southern Erie County, and it really is beautiful. A lot of trails. There's been a lot of work done there, but it's just the trail markings are confusing.
Okay.
But
I haven't been to Western New York in probably 10 years. So other
you
than driving
come
through
out here.
I know. Well, I mean, I was spoiled because I lived 5 miles from Letchworth.
Yeah.
So, I lived right in Castile, so I could, shoot over there anytime I wanted, It's fantastic.
Letchworth is like my go-to place. It's my happy place. Like I could go any area of that park and just be happy.
Yeah, that one's like for like the normal person that just wants to get out and get to something quick. That's the place to go, because you can get to a really easy, huge waterfall, or you could take, hikes to some of the lesser known ones as well. Yeah, like Gibsonville was always my favorite area.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the old stone structures from the old cabins that they used to have there. And I think they have a autism trail.
Yes, they actually just broke ground on it. So they're going to be building it this year.
Hi, Ann. Good to see you. That was one of my favorite spots, actually, when I was a kid, is walking around that area. So the area a little bit. Have you ever been in Rock Glen at all? It's like outside of Warsaw towards Gainesville.
No.
It's kind of it's not very well known. So if you go out, I'm trying to think of the direction that you would go. I believe you go east out of Warsaw, down the main route, and you get into Rock Glen, and if you pay attention, there are some creeks there that you'll cross before you go up the big hill and go around, and those creeks have some really phenomenal waterfalls. Some of them are posted, but so you want to stay away from those. But there are some that are private or not posted that you can go visit.
Okay.
So I had some family.
Father's Day last year, we did the creek walk in Warsaw up to the big Warsaw Falls, and that was just so much fun.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my absolute favorite, actually.
That was the first time we'd ever been there, and it was gorgeous. We went early enough in the morning. There was nobody else there.
Nice.
So just like creek walking all the way up, and carried my backpack and my tripod, and was able to get some great pictures. But it was just a fun morning to go. And then when we were on our way out, we saw more people. So like we had perfect timing. But I'm not all too familiar with Warsaw, so I'll have to check it out. Put it on my list.
So the other spot The other spot, I don't like. Cara, have you been to Warsaw many times?
To Warsaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know of Warsaw Park and Warsaw Falls.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you're familiar with that area, Warsaw Falls is the where to be, and then you have several waterfalls toward kind of the end of the creek as well before you get to the town, and that's always a nice kind of creek walk to get up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's awesome.
Add it to the list.
I see the kiddos.
Yeah. He's like your cat. He's always making a debut in my Zooms or video calls.
I'm lucky that the boys in Charlotte are all asleep right now, but I had to kind of rush and help Jess before I came down to start this. So
yeah,
but they're the same.
You got 3, so and twins and.
Yeah,
that's
mine are all older. They're independent, so
yeah. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to that part or not. Like, because it'll be bittersweet. It'll be like, yes, finally, I don't have someone hanging off my leg, but then it's gonna be like, oh, I don't have anybody hanging off my leg.
Exactly.
So.
I look back fondly on it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go back to it. That's for sure. I'll look back fondly, and we enjoyed that, but we're enjoying this now too.
Yeah.
Because we can just go and
it's funny you say that.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I've had some friends that are like, "Oh, I just want to go back to when they were babies," and I want to say, liars. You do not.
No.
So, do you remember what you went through?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll look back fondly. No, I went through it.
Yes.
And
yeah.
Suffice myself with that. Yeah. Yes, we lived. So, but it's fun now that they're older. And it was 2 years ago, summer vacation. My oldest one wasn't able to go with us. So we had my middle one who was 19 and my youngest one who was 13. Nice. And they kind of just play like, oh, we don't want to go, mom's vacation. But it's when we were doing all the waterfalls, like up by Watertown and up towards Thousand Islands.
Yes.
Great area. They had a blast. They had so much fun. So they put on this big front that they don't like it, but I know they do.
Right.
And that was the one where we stopped at Salmon River Falls on the way up.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of chickened out on my way down and didn't make it all the way, but the 2 boys did. Yeah. And they went all the way down to the end. And it's like, oh, you don't like going on these trips, huh? Okay.
Can you believe that people actually jump from the top of that waterfall?
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that.
No.
No.
Yeah, I've seen video. It's like, man, like it doesn't look like the base is deep enough to actually jump in there. It's really
not at all. I think one of the pictures I took there, somebody is over like on the rocks, like where the water is falling, and like you can see how big that is. And
it's incredible. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've jumped out of an airplane, but I wouldn't do that. No.
No. I'll do neither.
Skydiving was fun. I would do it again, but I wouldn't jump off a waterfall like that.
That's awesome. I would probably do both, but at the same time, I definitely wouldn't do Salmon River. That would be pretty crazy. So I forget, have you 2 met each other yet?
No, we've just interacted on Facebook.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, Donna, Cara, Donna.
Yeah, nice to put a face with your name.
And Donna's written quite a few articles for us during her travels doing the Waterfall challenges, which is awesome.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh. So, and then Cara, which group do you run again? Can you mention that for us?
New York Hikes and Waterfalls.
Yep. And how many members do you have so far?
We are about 22,000 right now.
Jeez. See, I'm jealous.
Great group.
Yeah, 22,000 people and you keep them all in line. It's great.
Well, we had trials and tribulations and and the good folks who really wanted to contribute nicely stuck around, and I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a great great group now.
Thank you.
Yeah. I am still going to order a t-shirt or a sweatshirt one of these days.
Okay.
I just have to get to do it. So
I haven't posted that in a while. You know, people are just kind of, you know, just chilling and relaxing during winter. So
yeah.
Do you have do you have sweatshirts yet?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay, cool. Because I'll have to grab one of those actually.
They are so soft and comfortable. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. Really? Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. I love my sweatshirt, Jen Stasio says.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that right. Stasio. So I believe so.
She's a favorite. She's a favorite member. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Her and I went hiking a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you get to hike with a lot of the people, right?
No, I haven't, but I was kind of, you know, thinking about kind of throwing something together and just saying, hey, you know, maybe like come spring or something. Hey, show up if you want to.
Yeah, it's so tough, you know, because everyone's so up in arms. Like you got, you know, some people that don't care at all about the social distancing, but then you got other people that are like hyper vigilant about the social distancing. So it makes it a little tough to kind of thread the line a little bit. If that's the way to say it.
Yeah, I understand that for sure.
Yeah, I think the best you can do is just put it out there, and if somebody's gonna join you, then they'll join you.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder what. So Anne Croteau says that she's planning some adventures for tomorrow, actually. So be interested to hear.
Where is she going?
We'll have to see. She might type in for us. And Jen said that jumping in on some hikes would be great with the group. So I'd go if I could. I'd definitely go. So
I've been asking you.
Yeah, I know.
Get out this way.
Both of you.
Yes, you gotta get out this way.
You know, and honestly, I think it'd be good for the kids to jump all the way out there and, you know, check out some of the locations out there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you can come camping at Letchworth this summer.
Yes. You know, every time I tried doing that, we had to have cabins, and the cabins were full.
Letchworth does fill up quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
But the other one, not too far, is Stony Brook, because you can go camping there.
Right. Yep.
Right.
And I know there's another one. It's a private one, not far from Stony Brook, just down the 390. I can't think of the name of it, but it's right on another gorge like Stony Brook, and same thing like up
south.
I can't think of what it's. I'd have to look it up, but they do camping, and there's a gorge and waterfalls and all that stuff.
Okay. I'm trying to think of where that would be.
I'm gonna have to try and find what the name of it is.
Well, too.
It's a private one.
I was going to say,
do not turn okay, then I'm gonna have to plug it in.
I can't think of what the name of it is. I'm gonna have to look. But you got some options.
Yeah, definitely. Anne's going to Cascade Lake Falls.
Oh.
And then
where is that?
So I'm guessing it's got to be in the Adirondacks, because Auger and Tennant Creek. So Cascade Lake Falls. Yeah, it's I've never been to Cascade Lake Falls though. You guys are lucky getting all new waterfalls while I'm stuck at home. I'm actually quarantined again for the third time.
What? Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's nuts.
Jeez.
So my work is actually kind of tough. They're very strict on us, like watching, because we go on multiple customers' sites all the time. So basically, Jess got sick, so now I've got to quarantine. So I'm home for 2 weeks.
But it still stinks.
Yeah.
Wait. All right, so
Maybe it is Sugar Creek Glen. Maybe is it Sugar Creek Glen? I have to look.
It might be, but Jen actually has an app here that you can use.
Oh, my husband said it is Sugar Creek Glen.
It sounds right.
Yeah. And actually, you know what?
Oh, that's cool, Jen.
It was answered before.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sugar Creek Glen.
So that's Julie. So
Julie.
She's hooking us up with the answers. She's great.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I had,
anybody,
she should just come on here and show her face.
I know she should definitely.
I know. Come on, Julie.
Anybody that wants some good laughs and some hiking adventures, definitely follow this page too. Show Me Your Falls. Super funny stuff. Good stuff. So, yeah, Sugar Creek. I've heard of it, but I've never been there. So you're saying there's waterfalls there?
Yeah, okay. It's a similar gorge. What you would have at Stony Brook and like Watkins Glen-ish, but like you're walking up the gorge and up the falls, and a lot of them there. So
that's awesome.
I saw quite a few pictures. It's a very family-friendly campground. So with your littles, it would be great.
That sounds like the High Falls Campground in Chateauguay.
Oh, yeah.
Way north. That was an awesome place, too. Really cool. So I love that one. Because like you pay $5, you walk down to the creek and you get to kind of visit.
Yeah, Julie's saying you camp at the waterfall.
Oh, come on. Really? That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's saying go.
Okay, so Anne says Cascade is near Inlet past Racket Lake. So they did it during the 80K 50 challenge. Shout out to John Haywood because he created that challenge. Falls, and she did the Adirondack Snow Falls challenge that she included the waterfall with as well. So
I was hoping to do the Snow Falls challenge, but plans just fell through, and not this year. Maybe next year.
Oh, okay.
But my husband just couldn't get the time off work, so there's no way for us to get up there before the 21st.
Yeah,
so.
It's kind of cool though, right? It adds kind of like it makes it difficult, even though some of the waterfalls aren't difficult at all. You have to like match the dates to actually get the patch, which is cool.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to going because I can't get up to the Adirondack enough. I love going up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's what, 4 hours away from you?
5-ish. Yeah,
5.
So about 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Lake George is about 5 hours. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So,
yeah,
I mean, it's not a bad drive. It's just 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I've forgotten how long the drive is because I haven't been back your way for so long.
Yeah.
A funny story, actually. I was hanging out in Buffalo one time, and one of my friends had just moved to Albany. And it was, I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock at night. And they texted me. They're like, hey, we're watching movies. You want to come? I'm like, sure, why not? So I actually left, drove to Albany, and watched some movies with them. So, of course, I was much younger. So,
yes. Albany's not bad. It's just straight through it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially from Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not bad. And I've done that drive a few times since my son's in school in Massachusetts. So, pretty used to it. But
well, that's how I wound up in Albany in the first place, is because I was going from Buffalo to Boston constantly.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I want to just move to Albany. So
that's what we keep saying. Like, we should just move to Albany. So
why not, right? I'm here.
I know. I mean, it's the Adirondacks are right there. I mean, it's so central to everything. Yeah. To get back to Western New York, but Anne's saying the same thing about Western New York.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of great things here, but for me, I'm finding what we enjoy most is out that way.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
But even like the Finger Lakes are about a 3-hour drive. So I just know when we're going somewhere, it's going to involve a drive.
Yeah. And honestly, like it's easy to take things for granted when you're closer to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, case in point, we have a preserve right next to us, like literally a mile down the road, Indian Kill Preserve. And I could go there anytime I want with the kids. And because I can do that, we don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
it's like 100 yards down the trail. You can get to the creek and play in the creek and, you know, have a lot of fun. But yeah, it's way too convenient, I guess.
That's kind of like me with Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
It's there, like, no big deal. It's all tourists.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Like I just kind of have to make a point to go out, and that's what I ended up doing Saturday, to go get like more sunset and night pictures. So I was like, yeah, like I just take it for granted, you know, it's a 30-minute drive, and I just don't go.
Yeah.
Bobby's Waterfalls checked in and said hello. Hey Bobby, what's going on? Hopefully, I was hoping you could join us, but if you can't, totally understand.
Yeah,
it would be fun to have her on here. She, I know she doesn't like live sessions too much, so. So this year I'm going to ask, since nobody's asking too many questions yet, I'm going to ask what's your favorite waterfall that you've hit during 2021 so far, and for last year as well. See, I always ask kind of good questions that make people think.
I'm going to say Warsaw for me last year.
Okay.
Because I had never been there. And just the whole Father's Day creek walking trip was a lot of fun. And we had great flow that day. Because like anything, they slow down during the summer. And it was just beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to say Warsaw Falls last year.
Okay, you have to bump it up.
Yeah, that's always a good one for sure. Since I don't travel to too many waterfalls because of the kids anymore, I would say Indian Kill Preserve for sure. Just because it's a nice long walk. I actually went there. The last time I went was with Anne Croteau, so it was a little while ago. How about you, Cara?
Well, so Pratt's Falls was on my list, like, I don't even know, forever. So yeah, so it was beautiful. It was really nice to actually see it in person finally.
Yeah, Pratt's is gorgeous.
Did you see it with flow?
It was okay. I don't think it was the best it could be, but it was still nice. Yeah, it was in October.
Okay. Yeah, it's very dynamic. Like the bunch of times I've been there, the water's always been pretty low, but I've always gone during like summertime. So you definitely want to go, after like a good rain or whatever.
Right.
Jen, I would say that my favorite one out of state would be I want to say it's Black River Falls. It's either North Carolina or Kentucky or something like that. I can't even remember where it was. It's been so long. But it's a beautiful spot. They've got like a walkway that goes down. This is 20 years ago I went to this place. But they've got a nice decking, like walkway that goes down, and then they've got a deck that actually like stands you right in front of the waterfall, so you can get nice pictures and stuff. So that would be like my favorite out-of-state waterfall for sure. I don't know if you guys have one.
I can't think of any out-of-state ones, honestly, that I've been to.
Oh, just say Bash Fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Bash Fish. Yeah, Bash Fish. And when we were there, like there was nobody else there.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
That's nice.
Yeah, like we had it all to ourselves. But it was also because we parked in the New York side, so that walk back to the car, 3/4 of a mile, whatever it is, like it was starting to get dark. So it's like we were like hiking it.
It's good that the trail is like really nice.
Yes, yes. But it always tends to get darker when you're in the trees. So
definitely.
We got to get moving.
Yeah.
But I do want to start hitting like some more out of state. to get down to Pennsylvania for us is only like a couple hours or so. So I know there's some beautiful ones down in Pennsylvania that really aren't too far. So maybe expand my territory.
Is it Ricketts Glen? Is that the one that everyone kind of posts photos of? I want to say it's Ricketts Glen.
Ricketts or Dingman Falls is a big one that people.
And Julie says Sullivan Falls in Pennsylvania. So I haven't, to be honest with you, I've been to very few within, outside of the state.
Yeah.
Isn't there one in Pennsylvania similar to like High Falls Gorge? Like the whole walkways.
Sure. I wouldn't be surprised, to tell you the truth.
Somebody just posted that actually in our group, I believe.
Yeah.
It is Ricketts.
Bushkill Falls.
Well,
Jen, is that right?
Bobby says it's Ricketts Glen. She says it's Ricketts.
Oh, maybe she was saying Ricketts in answer to you, Ed.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. Okay, so Bushkill. Yeah, Jen and it's Bushkill.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's more like the walkways and.
Okay.
So like get my little.
I'm a lover of anything in Colorado. So my best friend lives there, and we do something amazing every time I'm out there. And we've been to the Rocky Mountains, and it's beautiful. It's just completely different terrain, and it's awesome.
Yeah, see, that would be awesome. I mean, we hit Utah the one time, and we went to Zion, and that was actually really cool as well.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
We did see what you could call a waterfall, but it's like desert out there, so you're really not seeing much. So.
It was just you pouring your water bottle out.
Everyone else around us just ooh.
I know with my son going to school in Massachusetts, like I got to start looking for some out there, see what I can find other than Bash Bish.
Yeah, there's a lot out there too.
I've tried like looking for some, but they're not really close to the route that we go. So I got to find some that we can go to and extend our trips.
Definitely. Extended trips, like a through hike, right? Like Jen's asking about a through hike. I have to say that I'm going to be a little bit honest with you as far as like through hiking goes. I hear about these people doing like solo through hikes through like the Adirondacks or even the Appalachian Trail. And that actually gives me the willies. It like freaks me the heck out. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I would feel comfortable staying in the woods that far away from like civilization by myself. Like I know it's almost completely safe, like 100% safe.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. I'd be the guy that would, like that guy they found in Florida, they still don't know who the dude is, but they found him by himself, deceased in a tent.
Yeah.
It's like, this was how many years ago? That would be me.
Yeah, I'm not sure about by myself. I definitely would want somebody else with me. And this is just my own feelings. Like other times, like I've gone somewhere by myself. My husband always just be careful. Like I hate having to feel like that, but just a female by herself.
Yeah.
Always be on the lookout. And it's like, I hate that I have to have that thought in my head.
Jen.
Yeah.
I like that statistic, actually.
I don't know how she knows those stats off the top of her head like that.
Those are great statistics.
Yeah, sure. Really boosted my confidence with that one. Yeah, I'm more of like a day hiker than a night through hiker. So
yeah. I'll hike like all day long, like no matter what the terrain is. But I think through hiking, I probably would never do that.
Yeah,
unless I was with a couple of people.
Yeah, that's a whole safety in numbers kind of situation.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you hear people like the guys from Foot Stuff, they're walking up to bears and screaming at them in their face, I just don't feel comfortable screaming at a bear in its face.
I'm not walking up to a bear. No.
So I'll stay away from that.
Yeah, as my two boys saw a bear when we were going to one of the waterfalls, like up near Watertown. It was one way, way back off the beaten trail.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it. I'll know it as soon as I see it. But they saw a bear. And I was kind of the last one in line, and they had gone over this knoll ahead of me, and they come running back. There's a bear. I'm like, so yeah, no, thank you.
You know, it's funny. We a couple years ago, we saw our first bear out in nature. Like, you know, it's ridiculous. It took me, 40 years to actually see a bear out in nature. And, I thought, I'd be cool with seeing a bear, but like we were, I don't know, 20, 30 feet away from it in the vehicle. And I didn't really feel comfortable rolling down the window, even though it's not like they're cougars, like they're super fast, but looks like we've got Stosh. I think we can add Stosh as long as he's ready. So.
Oh, wow. I never thought he would join.
Stosh.
Hey guys. What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Hello.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm going to ask you the same question. Have you been introduced to Donna and Cara?
I've sort of been introduced to Cara because of the mischief I cause on her group page, but
yeah, nice to put a voice with the with the face.
Yeah, you can tell there's a little punk in here. So, but Donna, I don't know if I've met her.
I don't think we have.
Yeah.
I'm Stosh, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah, Stosh is kind of, I would say you're one of our founding members, right? You were kind of one of the first people I reached out to, right?
Yeah, long time ago. I think it was like 2014, 2015.
Something like that. Yeah, I was still living in Canajoharie at the time.
Yep.
So, yeah. We had some pizza, talked about waterfalls, and somehow I wrangled you into volunteering with us.
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. So, and there hasn't been a dull moment, so I love it.
Awesome.
A lot of good memories going up to the Adirondacks for the 46ers event, and it being like 98 degrees.
Yep.
That was fun.
That was crazy. Jen, no, actually, Dig the Falls was founded in around 2005. So it was around for a long time. So I kind of dragged everything out, and I was all by myself for a very long time. And then I learned that there's safety in numbers. So, so I contacted Stosh, John, Bobby, Julie. Who else is there? I know I'm forgetting someone here.
Your wife?
My wife. That's right. Yes, Jessica, the beautiful Jessica Painter.
We had Ed, I think it was
Ed, yeah.
From the West, from Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought you were joking with me because Paul.
Starts with a K. Actually. Or Paul, no, yeah, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still in the background. I still keep up with him. Great guy, awesome guy. But no, he got too busy with work, so he just bowed out for the time being. So yeah, and Bobby remembers Paul. So yeah, he's an awesome guy. He used to come out and visit us, and we'd hike together with his wife and his kids. So it was a lot of fun. But yes, we're just kind of going down through. We're doing the Ask Me Anything stuff, and the one interesting question, one of the more interesting was through hikes. Would you ever do a through hike?
Of course.
What do you? He says, of course.
Ed's going to tag along with you.
Yes. Yeah.
What are we considering a through hike though? Like how many miles?
You could do like anything from like the what is it? The blue line and what's the one through with the Adirondacks? That's a couple of days.
Well, there's the long path that goes from New York City all the way up to the Canada.
Okay.
There's the Finger Lakes Trail that goes from the middle of the Catskills, of course, all the way up to the Finger Lakes.
Yep.
There is another one that goes with the Canal Trail or something.
Yep, the Canal Trail. Well, so those are more like I I think like through hikes, like, you know, you've got your backpack and you're actually like, you're all by yourself in nature. Cause like the canal trail to me would be like, kind of like, okay, you ride your bike on it for a couple miles.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah, of course.
So, but I think this was like, you know, the Appalachian Trail and things like that.
It's a little bit too far for me. I've done the Escarpment Trail in the Catskills, which is 25 miles.
Nice.
And I've done Devil's Path, which is 23 miles.
Wow.
But that's absolutely insane, and I would never do that again. And not really smart, but my knees don't like me.
So Jen says she wants to take it a little bit further and say like months long. Like, would we do something that would take months to do? And I'm going to give that a pass. I think anything months long, maybe when I was a kid, I definitely would. But right now with the family, no, hard pass on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I give kudos to people that hike the entire Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
But in theory, it sounds great.
Yeah.
But in reality, not for me. No.
I mean, is there a car waiting for you at the end and then they take you back and you drive back?
Yeah, just keep dropping me off at different points throughout the day and go to a hotel and have a nice dinner, shower.
It looks like Stash would actually do it though, right? Would you do that? Yeah.
There are several trails I am considering of doing. There's John Muir Trail in the Sierra Nevadas.
Okay.
I believe it's around like 125 to 140 miles.
Decent. Wow.
Amazing, stunning trail. And then there's also the Rim Trail in the Grand Canyon.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, so and then there's also some stuff in the Adirondacks, like the North Pole Placid Trail.
Mm-hmm.
Long Path is around 300 miles. I've always wanted to do the Vermont Long Trail. That looks fun. That's around like 214 miles.
Wow.
There's several around up here that I've heard that are just absolutely fascinating. There's the Cohoes Trail in Vermont that I've heard of is super nice and easy and fun and difficult and horrible. So, but yes, definitely I've considered it.
Nice. Yeah, I think with the kids, it kind of makes it almost an impossibility. Like I see these people hiking with their 5-year-olds and like some of these, 4 and 5-year-olds getting their 46er patch. And that's beautiful. It's awesome. But my kids, like, they've got the wrong kind of energy. Like, yeah, they could do that if I could keep them on the trail. And that, and that would be the hard part for me. Like, they'd be like climbing trees and jumping off cliffs and like different crazy stuff like that.
Best to keep them on flat terrain.
Yes. So, Stash, I actually posed a question a little bit earlier. Actually, you know what, Stash? Give me a little bit of background about yourself, because we did kind of a short background, but give me a background about yourself, because I don't think a lot of people understand what you're involved with.
So sorry for joining late. I had other Zoom meeting to do.
Yeah, tell us about that too, by the way.
It's about electric vehicles.
Nice.
So it was pretty neat. Some guy took the show away, and so he did the whole thing, and I got a couple questions later, and I kind of like went away from he was saying, because I gave people the reality of electric vehicles, because it's not all true. So but that was fine. It was pretty cool. But so my name's Stash. I've been with Ed for at least six years now. He introduced me to more and more waterfalls in New York State. I'm a member of the search and rescue team of Catskill Mountains. I am the second vice president of the 3500 Club. I am a trail maintainer in the Catskills. The Catskills are my place of worship. Hour and a half from there, I go down there every week. I hike there every week. I do something every week down there. I've been to places all over the United States. I've been up to Canada and stuff, and Vermont, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Utah. But I don't know why these Catskills. They're small. They're little hills, but they're absolutely stunning, and I draw back every time.
Yeah, some places just feel like home. Like no matter where you go in the in the world, really, you always feel kind of grounded in that one place.
Yep, it's just my place that I can even just drive through and be like, man, this place is amazing.
Definitely. So we actually draw on you quite a bit for like some of that knowledge and kind of getting your call on should we post certain locations and things like that, or should we like add a little bit more of a disclaimer for some of the locations as well. So your knowledge is actually coming very helpful with a lot of the technicals there. So it's awesome.
There's definitely some places that we don't talk about because they're very extremely dangerous. There's a place that I've been to in the Catskills that I wish people could see, but I don't want them to see just in case of the cause. This is not Catskill Falls, which has been hundreds of deaths in the past 20 years. This place is secluded, so if you fall down in there, it's going to take days to rescue you. And we're like, no, we're not going to put that on the map because it's just very, very scary.
Yeah. And there's literally dozens of waterfalls there that are just absolutely phenomenal. But and like to get to some of them, just to view them is just almost impossible.
Oh yeah. Taking Russell there was absolutely fun, scaring his life away.
Yeah, that's awesome. So because it was raining that day, right? Like you should give a little bit of background about that as well.
Okay. So Russell Dunn, I don't know if Ed's talked about him.
No, not yet. No,
Russell Dunn
yet.
is producer of several waterfall books of upstate or New York State. He is an absolutely fantastic man who is just, I love his stuff. He's not even waterfalls. He has stuff about boulders, about views and stuff like that. He's an amazing guy, amazing author.
Kayaking.
Yep. He's absolutely phenomenal. So he asked me to take him to this one place down in the Catskills, and we went there. And the night before it rained a little bit, but I guess I was sleeping and it rained a lot. So we went down there and we first started out and it was really cool. It was really nice. We start moving more and more up the stream and it gets a little bit trickier and tackier and scarier. There's this one place that we got to and he was blown away by all this. He's just like, I've never seen something like this before. And then we get to this one place and we're like standing there and he like looks at me and it's raining a little bit, but it's not bad. But the place I went up to get over this one part was absolutely flooded over. And I'm like staring at him like, I don't know where we're going to go from this. I'm like, I went up over there and it's flooded now. So, and then this guy's just looking at me. He's just like, do what you want to do, man. He's like, I trust you. And I'm just like, okay, but luckily I got us out alive, and he sent me a message like 3 days later saying that he doesn't never want to go on a hike with me again. So it was fun. I got a great picture. He got a great picture of me beside a waterfall that's usually about like arms width wide that became about like 3 car lengths wide because of the flooding.
Wow, that's incredible.
Wow.
Like at that time, I want to say he was like mid to late 60s, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. This was a couple of years ago. It was before he had his hip surgery, I believe.
He had he had elbow surgery, and I believe he had his knees replaced too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's incredible. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's been to literally hundreds of waterfalls doing the guides that he's put together, and it's funny that you took him on something like that and you'd never seen anything like before.
Yeah, I wish I had a picture to show the difference of what the flow of water was, because it was amazing at one time, but then it was terrifying to be able to.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was before you jumped on, I was shouting out Cara's group. You know, she's got like what did you say, Cara? 22,000 people on that page now. I was saying I'm kind of jealous about that. So I think Dig the Falls right now has about 3,500, but our group is private, so we kind of pull that back a little bit anyway. But and then Donna has done. If you search Donna's name on our website, you'll find all of her blogs that she's actually put up there. All of them have been fantastic. And through how many years ago did you actually start the Waterfall Challenge, Donna?
I want to say probably like 2 years ago.
Was it only
maybe
2 years ago?
Maybe 2.5.
Okay. Yeah, because
something like that.
Yeah, because you had just started your photography then too, right?
I got more serious about it.
Okay.
I got a better camera. I was doing more like a glorified point and shoot.
Okay.
So then I got like a real good camera, better camera, and getting into photography and wanting to improve it. And so yeah, we really cranked through them like the last year. Like I was determined.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, right there. Right there.
Excellent. Yep. You're one of the first 10. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, one of the first 5, even possibly.
No, we were 9 and 10.
Oh, were you 9 and 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. That's right.
Yeah,
awesome.
We were 9 and 10.
That's great.
So.
Yeah, like just over the last couple of years, you could see a remarkable difference between like your photography when you first started with the challenges to like even just I think it was last week you posted the Niagara Falls ones, was it? Or which ones did you post? I forget.
Probably Saturday.
Okay.
I did a couple of Niagara Falls ones. That's when I went out there Saturday night. I'm trying to think what other ones I've done recently. But the Niagara Falls ones are the most recent ones.
They were incredible. I really loved them. They were awesome.
I have to give a shout out to Josh Myers, my little one-on-one with him. Just learned a lot and
super awesome guy. Yeah.
What's
He's
that,
a beast, you said?
He's a beast.
Yeah. Well, when Dig the Falls did their auction, when was it last year? I can't remember the timing of it.
Late last year, I think.
Yeah, it was late last year because Josh, I don't know if he goes by Josh or Joshua. We got together late October. We were going to go to Watkins Glen, but they ended up closing early just because of all the COVID stuff and people not knowing how to go in only one direction. So he was going to be in Ithaca. We ended up getting together at Buttermilk Falls, and they were doing like he had to come down the gorge, but go up the rim trail. So I had never done the rim trail before, and it's got an incline to it, and Josh is just there. Like, okay, I got to breathe.
MVD for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Just spending a good chunk of time with him walking down the gorge and just really learning a lot more, that I needed that one-on-one with somebody to get that instant feedback. So that was a great help to me, but the photography was like my start to getting out and doing all this stuff. And, and it's a lot of fun. It's kind of turned into both my passions. Like I just want to get outside. I want to go somewhere. And the one day I took off work so I could go see sunrise at Letchworth. It's like a 2-hour drive for me. So
wow. Jeez.
Like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Nice.
So it's just, I want to go and I'll go by myself and I just need to be outside. So
nice.
Yeah. That kind of little segue.
What's the one big takeaway that you grabbed from Josh?
Don't be afraid to play with things on the camera.
Yeah.
I think it's playing with the settings, and everybody is going to have their own opinion of what a perfect picture is. And it's just what's going to suit me. And don't be afraid to play with the settings, because you could get something you don't expect.
I remember back in the day when I first started Dig the Falls, and I was trying to kind of network and get to know, all kind of the bigger people like Russell Dunn and Scott Ensminger. Scott Ensminger does at fallsguy.com. He does the western portion of New York State. And when I first got acquainted with him, all I was shooting were the long exposure waterfall photos. And he made it very clear that he did not like the look of that at all. He's a very, very straightforward individual. So when he says something, he means it. It was kind of funny. I think he's switched up kind of his thought process on it since then, because I've seen him post a couple of the longer exposure waterfalls. But at the time, I think he what did he say? I think he said it looks fake, is what he said.
Yeah, I've heard that before. People have said that to me before too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't look real. It looks too streamy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and it goes to it, it's all opinion, I mean, some people like the really tack sharp, water droplets, and then some people really like the softness of the flow. So, something to be said about that. So Bobby says she'll leave the photography to us. So she likes the natural point and shoot as well. So, yeah.
But when you actually capture it yourself, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
I did something. It's beautiful.
I know how to do that now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the fun part of it. You see all these beautiful pictures. It's like, how do they do that? And now it's like, oh, now I know how. And you just go have fun with it. And I've been going to so many different places that I wouldn't have gone to that I didn't know about. Yep. So it makes it fun.
Yeah. It's too bad, actually. I was hoping to have John Haywood on, because he could speak a lot to the photography as well. Being that, all his waterfall guides, and, the fact that he puts so much into, the blogs, the waterfall traveling blogs that he did for Deep Falls. But I honestly, beside going to Split Rock Falls a couple months ago, I hadn't done any real photography of any of the waterfalls for a couple of years, and I think the time before that was actually when we went to Chittenango Falls with John. We did that podcast with Upstate, the Upstate Adventure. Yeah. So, and I grabbed some good shots of the waterfall there, but other than that, I really haven't done anything. So. And it's sad too, because Jess has this professional 36 megapixel camera with these great lenses, and I'm sitting here and not taking advantage.
You're just itching.
Yeah.
To be able to use them.
So Anne says she's having fun too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
I haven't tried one of those. That'd be kind of pretty interesting, actually.
I feel like it takes skill, to be honest. I've seen some pictures that are and then I've seen some that are wow, that's amazing.
Yes, I have too. Huh. I've seen some more Lake Erie, the shoreline, and it's part of me is tempted to try it, but I don't know.
Are those round photos, or what is the lens ball?
Is it the one that they hold and it reflects through?
So it turns it upside down. And
gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Some of them are just so crystal clear and coloring, they're just absolutely beautiful.
Huh. I never tried that before. It'd be cool to catch a long exposure like that. Actually, it'd be pretty cool.
I think that would gather too much light.
It does make sense.
They look some of the really good ones I've seen is sunsets because of the orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen some very good sunset photos with those things, and it's really pretty cool how you can see the sun in the background, and then it's reflecting off the lens ball. It's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of creates almost like an aura around the lens ball itself.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up a little bit more, because I've seen one or two of them, but I really hadn't thought about it as much. But yeah, that sounds kind of cool. I'll have to try that. Interesting. So, Stosh, you don't do much photography though, right? You basically you're a hiker, right? Straight up.
The hiking has taken over the photography, basically. Just carrying that camera. I mean, my phone takes amazing pictures, but with all the high peak climbing that I do, I just can't carry that camera. Plus my back is horrible. I should be able to carry that camera with the crap I carry with SAR, but I wish I could do that, but
yeah, but when you're doing the SAR stuff, like you're counting ounces at that point, right?
Yeah, we well, the good thing is with SAR, it depends on what we're doing. We all divvy up, like someone has to carry first aid kit, someone carries like extra clothing, tent and stuff. So, but we have my pack for SAR. If I were to weigh it all, it'd probably be around 75, 80 pounds.
Oof.
Nice. Wow.
That's military stuff. So,
wow.
I'm just like, sorry, I can't wear this. My back hurts. So,
my sciatica, right?
Oh yeah, that's horrible crap, man.
Yeah. No joke. Yeah.
What's the craziest story you have of like any search and rescue you've done?
So I've just started in search and rescue. Probably we started this around, I think it was 4 years ago. We haven't really been on any calls yet. The first call that I was on was, I think it was around 2017. We were searching for a guy in the mountains, the middle of the Catskills, that had dementia. And he knew he's done this thing every day. Goes to the same exact spot every day, just walks in, comes back out, fine. One day he didn't come home for 3 hours, so she called. His wife called, and we got told, we need a massive search team to go there. And it's not all like what everybody thinks it is. You don't just go out and you're attacking right away. They have so much planning that they have to do, and you wait. I waited for like 6-7 hours to be dispatched out to look, and I only got to look on the side of a road and stuff like that. But
wow.
At the time I met a bunch of cool people, and then we had also firefighters there that were in jeans and smoking cigarettes, and then looking at beer bottles. One of the guys grabbed the beer bottle side of the road and drank it, and it's still good. And this was right next to forest rangers, and we're just like, you kidding me? It was funny. Like the one old guy must have been like 70 years old. He's just smoking cigarettes while hiking through this pricker crap, and he was like not fazed by it, while I'm just like trying to maneuver my way all around it. He just plows through it. So, but with that guy, we searched for 3 straight days, and we were thinking like, this is not going to be a recovery, this is going to be a find and then get out. So what happened was he was found by the caretaker of one of the mountains, and he had his feet inside inside of a creek, just sitting there. And the guy came up to him. Yeah, he just came up to him, and he's just like, "Hey man, can I help you? You're on private property." And the guy's just like, "Oh no, I'm just out for a hike." And then it clicked that this is the guy that's been out for 3 days.
Wow.
And they found him, and he went right back home. It's really messed up. But we've had several where the last one we were called on is we got called saying that a guy didn't check in, and the overnights, it was like, I think it was in the teens, and he never checked in, so they wanted the search to go out. We get to the trailhead, we're all getting ready, we're all getting our gear on. All of a sudden, sheriff car comes flying by and slams on his brakes. He's like, "You guys ready?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then all of a sudden, he goes down and slams on his brakes and backs up. And we're like, "Everything all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, they just found him on the other side of the road." And we're just like, "What?" And it wasn't the other side of the road, but it was like the hike up to the top of the trail was only like 2 miles. He was 13 miles away from that.
Oh wow.
So instead of going up the trail and going back, he just kept going through. And and the weird thing is yeah, exactly, with his dog. Apparently his dog was just like kept going. He's just like, "Oh, my dog wants to go, I guess I'll go."
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then
wow.
He got lost and just kept following. Luckily, he was smart enough to follow the trail markers instead of just veer off of the trail.
Yeah.
Wow. When we arrived, his car windows were all open. Like, he left his windows open in his car. So we were all like, oh man, this is going to be a weird one.
Yeah. Jeez.
Not equipped with anything. Wow. He had pants, a shirt, and like a windbreaker, and 2 bottles of water.
Jeez, that sounds about like me when I was, in my early 20s. I'd show up at a hike and, jeans, a sweatshirt, and, I'd be lucky if I had water with me, to tell you the truth. So, so,
Guilty.
Kind of, yeah. You look back on that and you're like, holy crap, man, I would have been in trouble.
Yep.
So,
exactly. Like the people in the 70s, like the stories I hear of them climbing like Mount Marcy with like a 6-pack of beer, jeans and Carhartts, and like they're like, yeah, we had a slice of pizza and some water, had cigarettes at the top, and smoked weed. It's one of the guys I hike with. He's like, yeah, we climbed Mount Marcy back in 1973, and
oh my gosh,
we had a party up top. I'm like,
really? Back when it was still wild.
Yeah, 70s, man. His stories are just absolutely insane of what they used to do. He's like, yeah, we would go in 3 feet of snow in jeans. I'm like, don't they freeze?
Yeah. I remember plenty of times doing snowmobiling and way out in the woods with just jeans on, jeans and a coat, Carhartt. Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's bad, but yeah, it worked. Jen wants to know if there's any other hiking groups we could recommend. I am very partial to Dig the Falls, but
that's a good place to go.
But no, there are actually a lot of really good ones. I would say Kara, yours is one of the better ones I find. Just because it's the community is so involved and you get so many posts all the time that you can kind of stay involved pretty well. I'm not really familiar with too many of the other ones, to tell you the truth.
I mean,
maybe you guys have some.
Like there's trail conditions things. There's the Adirondack backcountry hikers. That's a good one.
Okay.
Right.
Catskill trail conditions. Everybody's interactive in both of those groups. So considering Waterfalls, Dig the Falls, and Kara's website is the most interactive I've found. Kara's website, the group is so interactive. I get like 3 or 4 or 5 posts every day that I get to see of there. So
yeah. Bobby says she still hikes in jeans. I'm going to back her up and say I do too.
Can't do that anymore. If I fall like in jeans, I'll just like stiffen up, and because it's not flexible. But
yeah. So, and actually, Jen says same thing. Kara's group is great. So, which seems to be overwhelmingly positive for everyone. If I could talk. So. Anyway,
well, I didn't do it. It's all the members.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, the groups definitely are as strong as the membership. So you've definitely got
the admins are as strong as the members. The admins are. Yes. She's got a lot to deal with. I see that all the time. So, and then I'm the one just sitting back like, what she's gonna do? What is she gonna do?
I know. I'm like, where is he? I know he's gonna pop up here at some point.
I'm like a leprechaun. I only pop up like once a year.
So we have been on for a little over an hour now. Actually, an hour and 20 minutes. So I think we're gonna cut it loose for right now. If you guys want to pop on, stay on for a couple minutes after I end the broadcast, it sounds like we've answered as many questions as we can right now. And I thank everyone for following along and watching as long as you did. Had a lot of fun. You guys, thank you for jumping in. Maybe next week, we're going to try this on Tuesday again. Maybe next week we can get even more of the team on, because it'd be really, really fun to, have them describe kind of what they do and, who they are. So I think some people really want to know who the team is. So
I have a shout out from one of my members, Sean Janes. He said, "Yes, our group is the bomb." He hikes in jeans also. He wants you to know that. And he was very captivated by what Stash has been talking about. So
cool. Excellent. Well, thank you. All right, guys. So I'm going to end the broadcast right now, and we'll say goodbye to everyone.